Mic check.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, yeah,
Does that sound good?
yeah.
How's it coming in on your end?
Can you hear
Sounds
me?
good. Awesome.
Beautiful.
who am I? And furthermore, what do I want? What makes you itch? That's the most important investigation anyone can make. But you don't find this out until you investigate it. So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Because if you say that money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. Forget the money. After all, if you do really like what you're doing, you can eventually become a master of it. And then you'll be able to get a good fee for whatever it is. Therefore, it's so important to consider this question. What do I desire?
Hey, you gonna do this or what? You gotta do it. And keep doing it. Do it big. Bigger. In a position to win. In a position to go. In a position to win. Do it with one hand behind your back.
One now.
Do it blindfolded.
Next.
Do it your endorsement deal. Say you shouldn't.
Section 43C, no rope swing over canyon dunks.
Like what's happening? Do what they say you can't.
Can you?
Because there are those who don't and those who do. Yes, sir. Let's do.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lockhart Arena here in Orem, Utah, where the Wolverines are hosting the Roos of UMKC. I am Kyle Bruderer. Alongside me today is the legend, the all-time leader in kills here at Utah Valley, Kaylee Doxey. Kaylee, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for that introduction.
Of course. It is a packed house full of a handful of local elementary schools, something that Utah Valley likes to do a few times a year. It's an early game, an 11 a.m. start, and it is going to be loud and wild today, so buckle up. But this is an important match. The Wolverines and UMKC are tied for second place in the conference standings right now. Kaylee, based on what you've seen so far from these two squads, what do you predict you're going to see today?
I think it's going to be a really even match. I think being home is going to really help the Wolverines, and with the crowd, there's not one seat open right now in the arena, so I'm thinking that might help them a little bit. But as far as physicality goes, I think they're really even. Kansas City has a great setter that is leading in assists for the WAC, and I think she moves the ball around really well. And you've got hitters too that can help put the ball down. I think Utah Valley also has the hitters right now. Kazna's coming off being WAC Offensive Player of the Week, and so I think they're going to target her defensively, try and stop her right out of the gate.
Utah Valley, they are pretty stacked, though. On paper, this may be one of the best teams that they have assembled in a long, long time. So we'll have to see who can step up if they are able to quiet Kazna a little bit. So we'll have to see what happens there. But without any further ado, let's get to the starters real quick. First, for the visiting team of the Roos, first starting is number 1, Maddie Wren, a 5'3" sophomore. Also starting alongside her is number 3, a middle blocker, redshirt senior, Ty Lukes. Also starting alongside her is number 4, Alicia Harrington, a 6' senior outside hitter. Also starting is number 7, Mac Blatcher, a 5'3" junior. And number 8, Melanie Breshka, a 6' sophomore. Number 13, also Michael Sadler, a 6'3" senior. And last but not least for the Roos is number 17, Allie Shomers, a 5'10" junior, who Kaylee was mentioning a moment ago, leading the WAC in assists per set. She also is 5th in the WAC in aces per set. She averages just over 1 per match. So some tough serving coming from the Roos. And for the home team, for the Wolverines, starting is number 5, Megan Childs, the red shirt senior. Also number 6, your libero, Saren Merrill, a 5'8" junior. Number 7, your setter, a 5'8" senior, Maddie Wardle. Also starting back into the rotation is number 8, Mikaela Jarema, a 6'1" senior middle blocker. And of course, we mentioned earlier, Kazna Terafiti, number 9, the 5'11" sophomore outside hitter. Another outside hitter is number 10, Bailey Christensen, the redshirt junior. And last but not least is number 12, Jasmine Nutupuivaha, the 5'11" senior middle blocker. And the common trend between both squads is this is a seasoned team on both sides. Not a lot of super young players on this in the starting lineups for both. So as you said before, I think we're in for an exciting matchup today. Don't be surprised if we see 4 or 5 sets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And what a way to start it for the Wolverines. Maddie Wardle serves up an ace.
She is leading the Wolverines in aces. She was at 15 to start the game, and right now she's at 16 on the season.
Another solid serve. They're going to go over to Alicia Harrington, but there is Merrill. Merrill again. Great dive by Ratzlaff. And this one will sail out of play. The Wolverines go up 2-0 to start. Last season, the Wolverines in both matches against UMKC lost. So UMKC, they trail in the overall series 8-5. A great setter's dump. That is such a sneaky, demoralizing play.
That is. She fired that one off quickly early on in the game, kind of making her presence known to, don't forget about me, I'm a threat as well.
Not a great possession for the Wolverines, and it results in a point. We're tied up at 2 as Kansas City able to rally back.
Like you were just saying earlier, the Wolverines have an 8-5 record over Kansas City, and they're actually one of the only teams in the WAC to still have a winning record against Kansas City. But last year alone, they took 2 games from the Wolverines. They went 0-2 against Kansas City.
Merrill able to set up a nice assist, and still back and forth. I feel like the rallies are just going to keep getting bigger and bigger as we go along, but this one sails out of play. The Wolverines go back up 3-2. Christensen with the serve. Back set in the slide. This one sails out of play as well.
That's 3 hitting errors from Kansas City already, and all of them have been long. I wouldn't be surprised if they start tipping or trying to do some shots just to try and get some points on the board offensively.
Back set, same thing, but this one falls in favor for Kansas City. That was Melanie Breshka.
Or they can just swing like that. That was a great swing. They don't need to tip or do shots.
Harrington with the serve. They'll set it up for Megan Childs. Kazna takes her first, I don't want to say swing, she just tipped it over the defense, and it panned out for Utah Valley, back up 2.
She took a good first shot at that ball, and it was effective because they looked like they were on their heels, getting ready for her just to bang away, and she took them off guard. What a good serve.
That ball looked like it just hit a wall mid-flight and just dropped.
It just dropped. You're right. And Luke's was coming around in the middle to go hit, and she had to duck out of the way because it dropped so fast.
2 service aces so far in set number 1 for the Wolverines. Childs will just have to get the ball over. seems to be the go-to area for UMKC so far, is setting up Melanie Breshka on that right side.
Yeah, she runs kind of like a slide attack right side where she's going off of one foot, and I wonder if that helps her and her approach. It's more effective for her, but it's not. She hasn't been taking a traditional approach from the right side.
Do you feel like there's some players that, you know, they're more comfortable jumping off 2 feet and some of them off of one? That might just be a more comfortable jumping motion for her?
I think so, especially on the right side. Lefties generally hit on the right side because it's easier. The ball crosses your body when you're hitting on the right. And so I think for her, going off of 1 foot might be easier, but it's not recommended as a hitter to go off of 1 foot if you can't go off of 2 feet.
Utah Valley hands the ball back over to UMKC. It's a 4-point deficit so far in set number 1. The last time these two squads met, Harrington posted a double-double, averaged 4 kills per set and 3.6 digs per set. The Wolverines are able to side out. And Ty Lukes was just an absolute monster the last time they played. It looks like it was in September of last year. She had 12 kills, hitting 500 with 7 blocks.
Those are big numbers. Yep, and that's not something I would forget if I were Utah Valley.
Diving and saving. Can Merrill get it over? Yes, she can. What a play. Great job by Harrington. They'll set it up for Downs. Great ball placement.
I'm especially loving that these kids seem to be cheering at the right moments, like they appreciate good defensive digs and saves and then a good kill right there.
We were talking a little earlier about Kasna and how a lot of teams prepare for her as a focal point. She won WAC Freshman of the Year last year and is leading the entire conference in kills per set. She'd probably be up there in total kills. She did miss a couple of matches, but Utah Valley hasn't really gone to her a whole lot. She's leading the way with 2 kills right now, but you know, we're going to see what happens after we take a quick break here. So we'll be right back. Give us just a moment.
Every time you show up, every time you make your loyalties clear, whether you've got all the moves or just a few, every time you show up, you make the moment. And they make history. December 19th and 21st in Pittsburgh. Nothing beats the crowd. Visit ncaa.com/volleyball to get your tickets today.
Utah Valley on a 3-0 scoring run has taken a 7-point lead over the visiting Roos of UMKC. The Wolverines on a 3-game winning streak. The Roos just recently lost to Grand Canyon. Utah Valley was able to steal a win at Grand Canyon. A very difficult place to play, and the Wolverines are seeming to really gel at the right time. The Wolverines had a bit of a slow start to the season. The record doesn't necessarily show how good they are in conference play. They always seem to shine, and that seems, you know, they're following the trend is what's happening.
Yeah, they lost their first set in conference, then they came back, and they're 3-1 at this point. And a win today would be huge for conference, would put them in sole possession of second place. And they're going to meet these guys again, and they're going to meet everyone they play at least one more time in season before the tournament. So anytime you can play a team and get to know them a little bit better before you play them a second time or even in the tournament will just help you out a little bit.
Kasna able to keep the ball alive. Harrington pop it up. Downs takes a hard swing, but Harrington has been all over that back row keeping balls alive.
We just saw another ball get hit out, and I think with the stats before that timeout, and I think even continuing, KC is hitting negative right now, and they don't have a hitter that they can really go to at this point. So they're probably just looking for answers, and that was a great, smart swing right there by Smith, but it didn't have a lot of heat on it, so I wonder if they're starting to get a little tentative or timid. But yeah, at this point they're hitting negative. They've got to start putting the ball away.
They are playing in that higher elevation as well. Got to wonder if that plays a role at all. When you played in lower elevation areas, did you notice a difference at all?
No, I didn't notice a difference playing lower elevation, but teams do seem to struggle serving in higher elevation. The ball travels a lot farther.
That would explain the long shots that we've seen so far today.
Yep, hitting as well, but it's good to get yourself to a state in an arena where you're going to play and get a practice in, just so you're familiar with. Elevation is one of them, and just scenery in general, like the stands, the courts are all the same size, but playing in a different location can be tricky to adjust to. I played in, I think it was South Dakota State University, and they had the gym in an indoor football arena, and it was really tricky because the ceilings were really high. So the ball gets lost a little bit, and you wouldn't think it would make a big difference. But it was tricky.
At some point, you think it's going to start coming down, I imagine. And did it just like hang up there for a long time, a couple times?
No,
and
it just
lose sight of it, or
yeah, it just you're used to seeing a roof above your head, and with a stadium that high, the ball just it just seemed to be a little different. It's like playing outdoor too. It just feels different, but.
UMKC has put together a 4-0 run to trim the lead down to 4. Utah Valley in need of a side out, and Jarema gives it to him. Jasmine Nutupuivaha comes in for Mikaela Jarema. A battle at the net goes in favor of UMKC on a Utah Valley error.
That's a back row attack. Stratton tried to go up and save that ball, but if the other team can touch it and not cross the net, she's considered back row, and that's not allowed.
Got her hand caught in the cookie jar, in other words.
She did, yeah. The pass was just a little too far over the net.
Great job by Utah Valley keeping that ball alive, but my goodness, no stopping Alicia Harrington on that play. Kansas City back into the positive, hitting 36. Utah Valley's been dropping down a bit, hitting at 95. So neither team hitting the ball particularly well so far.
No, and they're pretty even on both, all stats. Digs, kills, like you said, they're pretty much even right now in hitting percentage. So I think we're going to see this the entire match unless one team can step up and just make plays happen.
And that one sailed a little too far. We've seen that a handful of times so far today. The Wolverines go up 5. We've yet to see a block recorded.
No blocks.
Which is surprising because you've got some stellar blockers on both teams. Nearly a block. Kasna keeps it alive. What a play.
We've seen some stops, but they're being dug.
Right.
And I'm surprised right now we haven't seen a block from Luke's at this point. She had one match where she blocked 7 balls this year. So I'm sure they're coming.
Christensen almost topples over into a couple of kids trying to save the ball, and it's suddenly only a 3-point deficit. Coach Atoa trying to rally the troops. We haven't seen a timeout. Christensen, beautiful setup and a great dig. Oh my.
They're running a really quick outside set to her, and she's doing really well. The blockers are late, and she's getting open net.
We'll see you back here in a moment. Stick around for the end of set number 1.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else?
In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy,
and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Chevrolet. I promise you'll love it.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life.
No matter your interests.
From award-winning music
to acting
to theater programs.
There's a place for you.
A place for you.
A place for you at UVU. A place to engage.
To rise.
To succeed.
To become.
Wolverines lead by 2 in set number 1 as they host the visiting Roos. Kansas City's on a 3-0 scoring run. They put together a few little runs here later in the first set, and it's been interesting. The side-out percentage is pretty low for both teams, 41 for UMKC, 46 for the Wolverines, and Utah Valley has been they've been given quite a few gifts. The Wolverines only have 4 kills as a team. The rest of those points virtually on errors committed by UMKC. Fortunately there, though, the Wolverines make me eat my words and able to score. Looks like it was...
That was Christensen.
It was Bailey Christensen serving up the kill, 17-14.
Before that point, UMKC had given them half of their points just on hitting errors. They had given them 8 points of their 16, but they're really starting to turn their offense on right now. They have now 11 kills to Utah Valley's 5. So if they can keep going in this way, they can get some momentum to either take this game or get them into the second game offensively to turn it around.
Kai Lukes with her first kill, and it was a pretty one. Jasmine, the hang time, able to just put it right over the outstretched arms, and a quick side out by the Wolverines. Two kills now for Jasmine on 2 attempts, hitting a whopping 1,000 so far. My goodness, that ball got lost in the lights, but there is Christensen to clean it up. And Kazna, the ball just rolled off the wrist and didn't quite make it over the net. 2-point lead again. UMKC knocking on the door.
That's a frustrating error to make if you're Kazna, because you're just trying to almost play it safe and be smart, and you just mishit it. It can be deflating when you make mistakes and you're not being aggressive about it. So we'll see how she bounces back. I want to see her swing at this next ball.
A service error sends it right back over to Utah Valley. Two service errors on UMKC, none for the Wolverines. What a block. There's the first one to be recorded. In on the block, looks like it was Jerema and Terafiti. That'll go back to UMKC. It's tough to get past the hands of Michaela Jerema, one of the most talented middle blockers in the conference. She did miss some time due to injury, but having her back on this Wolverine squad makes them much more dangerous at the net.
Yeah, for sure. And she, right after that block, she had another stop in the middle, and she even got hands on that last ball. There's another block.
You know, you did mention, I wonder how Kazna is going to respond to that, and then she serves up 2 blocks. It wasn't necessarily a hard swing, but she gives the Wolverines back-to-back points in one way or another.
Hey, if you can't score offensively, you got to figure out how else you can score. And she's leading the Wolverines right now in total points score, and a lot of that is because of her hitting, but her blocking plays a big part in that too.
Funk Stratton unable to handle the lead back to 3. Utah Valley 4 points away from taking the first set, but it is dangerous territory because we've seen UMKC go on a couple 3 or 4 point runs.
It's easy to get comfortable right now when you're in the 20s because you only have a few points, but there's still a lot of game left, especially against a good team.
Drema got a good swing. Christensen, was it deflected? No. Coach Atoa letting the girls play. A solid swing from Drema. Harrington unable to handle, so the Wolverines able to side out.
I'm glad Coach Atoa didn't call a timeout after that last point. Sometimes it's easier to give them one more shot and save a timeout for later in the game, but sometimes all you need is one more point, and that could have just made a big difference had he called a timeout and tried to slow him down.
Another service ace for Utah Valley. That's their third of the match. UMKC will call timeout as they are 2 points away from losing set number 1.
Oh, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
The Wolverines leading by 4, 23-19 over the Roos of UMKC. The Wolverines still serving after the Roos wanted to think things over.
I'm glad to see that Utah Valley's making UMKC earn their points. 13 of their 19 points have had to come from kills, which is a lot of kills per set, and they're still down by 4 points. So there's not a ton of errors right now being made by Utah Valley, and I think that's important. That's going to be important for the rest of the match.
UMKC didn't get the best pass. It was a tough hit by Alicia Harrington, and that one sailed out of play. We are at set point with Sarah Merrill at the service line. Harrington with a full head of steam, but Utah Valley able to handle. Right down the middle, Kazna, whoa, off the face or chest, sent it back, I'm not quite sure.
It's a little shoulder dig right there.
And Kazna unable to get underneath it. You can feel the energy pick up at set point. Kansas City lives to fight another point.
That back row attack down the middle from UV could be really effective. That libero for KC just got in the way, but I think that's something they try and go after a little more.
Right down the middle, Jasmine. Harrington attacks Kazna. Funk Stratton keeps it alive. Great play by the Wolverines. Oh man, it's so hard to stop Alicia. 6 kills for her now, and 5 digs.
She's running hard on that outside. That line shot is going to be really effective for her because she's running such a quick outside attack. Sometimes the blockers don't get there in time, but she is doing a really good job of getting the ball down.
And another Wolverine error. Coach Toe is going to call timeout. The Wolverines led by 4 just a moment ago, and just like that, it's only a 2-point deficit. Don't go anywhere.
Before you even think about buying a new truck or SUV, you've got to check out MurdochChev.com. You'll be glad you did.
We've got huge discounts on all 2018 models, and you're going to love the 2019 Silverado. Only at Murdoch Chevrolet in Logan and Woods Cross. You've got to come and see us.
When you know before you go how the latest breaking news, traffic, and weather will affect you, that equals a good morning. Wake up with the news specialists on KSL Today, weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
Vehicle for your dollar from Utah's largest Hyundai dealer. Drive home a new 2019 Hyundai Tucson for only $199 a month, or you'll love the new Elantra for only $13,990. Go ahead and compare at MurdochHyundai.com.
You've got to come and see us in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
This has been one of the longest first sets that I feel like I've been a part of. Both teams battling hard, and UMKC refusing to quit in the first set. Another 3-0 scoring run, trimming the lead to 2. The Wolverines are at set point, but I will believe it when I see it.
Right, all they need is one stop or one kill and the game's over, but UMKC is doing a great job of putting pressure on them.
A block, but there's Harrington to clean it up. Utah Valley should get a quality look. They go to Downs, and it's sent right back. Jasmine. And it'll go to Utah Valley. The Wolverines escape the comeback. My goodness. We're going to have to see what happens. Set number 2 is going to be real interesting. The Wolverines were able to go up by 7 early on in the first set. And then momentum shifted in favor of UMKC. The Wolverines were able to stay resilient and maintain the lead. But this second set, I have no idea what's going to happen.
I don't expect UMKC to make as many errors as they did in the first set, and that was a big help to the Wolverines. Just to give them leads, keep them in the game, and I think at the end like that, they were able to pull it off because of the amount of errors. And then again, we saw a net error by UMKC to finish the set, but I don't expect them to turn around and make the same amount of errors. I think that's something that the coach will talk to them about. But offensively, as far as kills go, they're dominating. They've got twice as many kills right now as the Wolverines do.
Stick around on the WAC Digital Network, YouTube, and the KSL TV app for some more.
About the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking. Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee, or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
All right, the Wolverines were able to take set number 1 after a barrage sent by Kansas City. We talked just a moment ago about just the momentum shift. And UMKC, each team has to make adjustments after each set. What adjustments do you think need to happen first for UMKC and then also for Utah Valley? Because the Wolverines, it seemed like a lot of the points they were able to get, they relied on errors committed by UMKC. If UMKC is able to clean that up, what does Utah Valley got to do different?
Utah Valley has to put points on the board with their own offensive kills. They didn't have total attempts. If we look at that instead of just kills, UMKC had 13 more attempts at the ball, and Utah Valley did not. So they've got to get more kills. They've got to score more points offensively. I think they're doing a good job of serving tough. They have some blocks. And you're right, if UMKC does eliminate their errors, then it's going to be a closer and it's going to be a tougher game for Utah Valley to hang in if they are faced with less errors.
Leading the way for the Wolverines so far is Jasmine Nutukuivaha, hitting .750. No surprise, she's always hitting an incredible percentage. 3 of 4. Michaela Jarema, 2 of 3. Kasna Terafiti hitting 2 of 5. And not a lot else. Kaylee Downs did have one massive kill early on. The Wolverines hitting 111. Both teams in the positive, 102 for UMKC. But man, it has been an absolute battle, and it feels like both teams are starting to kind of figure each other out. And it almost becomes a game of wits between coaching staffs. What adjustments do you make? Who do you attack? So
you also have to think about, too, what rotations do you start in? Right. Do you start with your setter front row or your setter back row? Do you start with certain hitters hitting against different blockers? That's all something that needs to be considered. And I think the offensive threat right now for UMKC is Alicia Harrington. She really turned it on towards the end, and I think that momentum will help her in this set as well. So they go to her again, and Utah Valley was able to put a big block on her.
That's the Michaela Jarema that we are used to seeing.
Right, between her and Childs, that's a big wall.
Jasmine serving again. And Harrington just pops it over. The Wolverines with a great opportunity, but whoa, what a block sent right back by Allie Shomers, of all people, who typically just leads the way in assists, but a great solo block.
Battle of the outsides right now. I think getting your middles involved is going to be a big, between Luke's and Michaela right now. Here they go.
Jarema can't believe it that it went in favor of Kansas City. Looks like it fell just outside. Childs, a big swing. Jason Funk Stratton will go back to serve for the Wolverines. Great serve, but a great dig. And Jasa can't quite get there. We're tied up at 3. Raina Smith back into the game for UMKC. Smith with 3 kills, hitting 143. And a miscue between Michaela and Kasna gives UMKC the lead. I believe their first lead today.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this could be dangerous if Utah Valley starts to lose their footing with communication errors like that and passing errors, and they need to rely on their passing like they have been, and offensively right there. They've got to keep the ball in play, and because UMKC has been making so many errors, I think it's smart to just keep the ball in play and almost let them just make the errors like they have been.
Kasna with the dig. They'll go back down the middle to Kasna. What a dig, though, by Maddie Wren. Merrill, not quite over. Will this go? No, it won't. And it's a 3-point lead for Kansas City.
Got to get a good pass on this next serve so they can at least try and be able to run the middle, if not the right side. And she'd probably be hitting a slide coming from the left right here, but
man, Utah Valley receiving errors all over the place. It is a 5-0 scoring run for UMKC. Coach Atoe is going to call timeout. And we will take a break ourselves, but don't go anywhere. We will be right back with some more action here.
What is it about the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking? Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee, or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
Wolverines trying to stop the bleeding as they are down 7-3 early in set number 2. A 5-0 run puts Kansas City up big. But Coach Atoa, known for being an absolute wizard out of timeouts, putting the Wolverines in positions to succeed. Let's see how they respond. Right down the middle, Jarema. And I thought I must have seen a bad angle on it, but the point goes to UMKC. Make that a 6-0 run.
It's a battle of the errors right now. UMKC came out first set and made a ton of errors offensively, and right now 6 of the last 8 points for Kansas City have been errors from the Wolverines, whether that's hitting errors, we have a setting error, a couple serve-receive errors, and getting a serve miss like that is a big break for the Wolverines because they haven't been passing that well either.
Alicia Harrington loosens the chokehold and see if the Wolverines can take a breath and get back into this. They do with a big block on that side. Jarema and Downs send it back.
They have scored more points blocking than they have offensively right now.
Jarema able to get a hand on it, but it sailed just past the hands of Tori Dorius, giving possession back to UMKC. 5-9, the Wolverines find themselves down. Maddie Wren with the serve. Downs, beautiful tip shot.
That was a great pass by Dorius too. She used her hand, she got a great pass to the setter. It allows the setter to have 3 hitters available, and I think going back to the right side was smart to get her involved as well.
I love that she was doing that as well because the ball's coming up too high. Sometimes you see them try to get under it and it almost hits them up in the elbows or shoulder area, right, and it shanks off into the crowd, so smart play.
I personally prefer using my hands when I pass, but...
So for you at home, if you're curious, the rule about that, the ball hit the ceiling. If it comes down on the same side, Utah Valley can keep it in play, but if it hits the ceiling and goes over the net, then it is a point for the opposing team.
I think if that were allowed, we would practice
hitting
passing balls off the pipe.
Yeah. Kasna was ready for the setter's dump. And an
double
error
contact.
Will give the point back to Utah Valley. So just a 3-point deficit. The Wolverines clawing back into this one, showing how resilient they can be. Maddie Wardle back to serve, who started things off with a service ace in set number 1. Nearly another. And it's a 2-point lead. The Wolverines putting together a little rally.
Maddie Wardle is a good server to have too, to get back in the game. That's why Sam often starts with her serving. She's an effective server. She has a good job.
Not often you see the pancake fly, but Kasna got underneath it. She gets under this one again. She's diving all over the place. Childs can't reward her, but it's still in play.
Some good net play and back row play.
Dorius with her first kill.
Dorius came in for Christensen this game, and she did so against, I think it was UTRGV when Christensen was struggling, and she did really well. I'd like to see her continue to do that when she comes and subs in.
Dorius making an impact, just a freshman. Was it deflected? Yes. UMKC goes back up 2. Wolverines started out this set hitting -400, but they have leveled it out at 0.
Got to start somewhere.
Jasmine able to score.
Now they're in the positives. That puts Jasmine at 4 for the Wolverines, which is leading, and it's you hardly ever see a middle lead in kills, so I'm impressed.
Hitting 800 at that.
Yeah.
Back set and sent back by Kasna. Alicia Harrington with a full swing. Able to side out for Kansas City. They go back up 2. Jasmine able to get through again. It's near automatic. I don't understand.
You don't want to jinx it, right? But she's doing it.
I don't know if I can. I mean, I've said it so many times and she still does it.
You got to have a good pass. That was a great pass by Kasna. I love when they go to her on that.
Oh, man. That's a
tricky little dump by the setter.
Beautiful gift to Kasna. I don't know if that was even intentional.
It almost looked intentional, but that was right in the palm of her hand. It just happened a little too quick.
It was like Kasna went up for the block, but suddenly had the ball in her hand. Great diving save by Merrill. Kasna, can she squeeze it in? Yep, right into the back corner.
I'll just say, too, that was a great defensive up by Childs as the right side front row to come all the way behind the block and get that tip to allow the ball to stay in play and then the kill. I think that's often like the left back. That's the left back's ball, but she read that really well to come over and get that.
Dorius able to pop it up. And Kasna able to avoid the antenna. Oh, man, some heat on that. The ball, oh, my gosh, it almost stayed in play. I think everyone was in shock for a moment. I thought it was going to go into the crowd. Utah Valley's had 3 or 4 opportunities now to tie it up and then potentially take the lead, but it keeps going back to a 2-point deficit in favor of the Roos.
And I can understand why Shomers, the setter for UMKC, has so many assists per set. She runs such a quick outside that it's so hard for the blockers to get all the way out there, and then Alicia Harrington runs a really quick approach and can put it down before the blockers even get there. She's so successful at that.
Downs able to find the open space, and the lead is trimmed to 1 again. Can the Wolverines tie it up this time with Kasna heading to the service line? And Tori Dorius didn't even really have to jump and sent that one back. Utah Valley ties it up at 14, a chance to reclaim the lead. Great swing by Kansas City. They're able to get the deflection and go back up. A quick side out. Set number 2 has overall, I mean, Utah Valley got off to that slow start, but it seems like we've been seeing just better volleyball all around. The side out percentage has gone up into the 50s. Kasna looking for, oh, she thought there was a deflection. Nothing you can do about it now.
Sometimes I'm in favor of instant replay for volleyball, but then also I'm not.
Yeah. Fair enough. Depending on what side you're on, I guess.
Exactly.
And the controversial call gives another opportunity, a 3-point lead. And a 3-0 run. UMKC on a roll. Stick around here on YouTube, the WAC Digital Network, and KS.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
Oh man, buckle up for another wild finish to a set. Utah Valley was able to win set number 1, and Utah Valley tied it just a moment ago at 14, but UMKC, after a controversial call, was able to go on a 3-0 run, 17-14, and serving are the Roos. Downs with a full head of steam, but the Roos keep it in play, and the reaction time a little slow for Funk Stratton. It is a 4-point lead, dangerous territory. There was a deflection, but Harrington keeps it alive. And this point will go to the Wolverines.
I'd like to see them go to Jasmine a little bit more while she's in at this point. Kazna is struggling right now. She's hitting negative 333, and Michaela was struggling as well, hitting negative. So right now, while you have Jasmine in, you've got Dorius, and you've got Downs. You've got 3 hitters who are hitting positive and doing a really good job. This is a good rotation for Utah Valley to try and take advantage of their hitters.
Wolverines unable to score on that possession. Melanie Breshka back to serve. And a great block on the side by Downs and Jasmine Nutupuivaha. Megan Childs will check in, as well as Maddie Wardle, just who you want serving for the Wolverines.
Great serve.
That is another service ace by Maddie. We'll take a quick break out of the timeout. Stick around for the end of set number 2.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
The Wolverines with possession, as UMKC wanted to talk things over a bit. A 2-point lead for UMKC. This is a very similar scenario as what we saw in set number 1, only the script has been flipped. The Wolverines down instead of being up at this point. The slide did it. Oh, man, it stayed in play.
It's a good deep line swing. I'm glad to see that the errors have been cleaned up a little bit and we're just playing clean volleyball. I'd just like to see the offensive threat come out for Utah Valley at the end of this game.
And another gift for the Wolverines. The service errors have really piled up, unfortunately, for UMKC. That is number 5. Utah Valley, no service errors so far, but a handful of other errors. Harrington swings hard, and it, oh no. They're saying that there was a deflection.
And that was a back row deflection too. Doria's tried to duck out of the way, and it looked like it just got her shoulder, yeah.
They'll back set it to Megan Childs, and she delivers on a hard swing. The lead back to 2.
Childs is a good option right now. She's hitting well, and I think you can almost continue to go back to her. But right now with Kasna and Michaela hitting negative, I don't say you don't set them, but I think right now where Childs is doing a good job.
The hot hand.
Yep. But she did just get a net. So offensively, she's doing wonderful.
The Wolverines can't afford to just trade points right here. They've got to put together a 2 or 3 point string. They'll set up Kasna. She'll take a hard swing and gets through the defense. Much needed, a 2-point deficit, but it's not enough. The Wolverines have got to go on a run.
They have to. They have to start passing better too. They're targeting a few passers for Utah Valley who aren't passing as well, and they're serving tough, making the only options offensively to go to are outside, what Kasna was able to capitalize on.
Great serve. Kasna, can she do it again? And the point will go to Utah Valley. Oh man, they play with my emotions so much. A 1-point deficit. What a, well, not quite a block, but my
almost
goodness.
Almost block and a cover, yep.
Coach Otoa was wanting a double hit. This one will sail, and oh man, they're saying it was deflected. No, it was a net, as Kaylee says.
Yes, down ref saw Kasna in the net. That's a bunch of nets at the end of this game. It's kind of sloppy, but just got to tighten up and finish.
Harrington back to serve, already with a double-double, 10 kills, 11 digs. Kasna with a hard swing, and she's able to score.
That feels good. Get one last kill before you go back row and serve. Gives you a little boost.
Kasna, 6 kills, 7 digs, and 2 blocks. We're going to stay right here with it through the timeout. And just as we predicted, it was going to be close all the way through. Here we are, just a couple of points away from the end of, well, who knows? We could go for a while. I don't even know.
Supposedly the end of the game. You're right.
This could easily go into the high 20s if they start trading points. But Utah Valley has been resilient at the end of set number 2.
Yeah, I think it's apparent too that how tight this game is. Their hitting percentages are essentially the same. Yep. They're both hitting 230, 226 respectively, but I'm glad to see Kasna turn it around towards the end with 2 big kills. And Wolverines actually have the upper hand, I feel like, having Alicia Harrington back row now. She is a huge offensive threat for them, and so to take advantage towards the end of the game or at the end of the game, and have her back row could be really big for them.
When she has taken swings from the back row, we've typically seen it sail out of play as well, so that's also a plus for UVU.
Yeah. Yep.
The Wolverines up to 6 blocks. I think they had there weren't any blocks through almost the entire first set. Just one block for UMKC.
They had 2 the first set, you're right, and then they came, this set alone, they've had 4, so that's a good number.
Kazna Terafiti back to serve for Utah Valley. Funk Stratton, they're able to pop it up. Down the middle, and Harrington, no, it wasn't Harrington, excuse me, that was Luke's. Kind of an awkward position, but she was able to kind of turn her body mid-air and find the sweet spot. It is set point now for UMKC. We'll set it up. And what a dig. Ball still live.
That looked like she came out of nowhere.
Down the middle from the back row, UMKC takes set number 2, 25-22. Same score, but the roles reversed. We're going to take a break here on the WAC Digital Network. We will see you back after the break.
Who am I? And furthermore, what do I want? What makes you itch? That's the most important investigation anyone can make. But you don't find this out until you investigate it. So I always ask the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Because if you say that money is the most important thing, you will spend your life completely wasting your time. Forget the money. After all, if you do really like what you're doing, you can eventually become a master of it. And then you'll be able to get a good fee for whatever it is. Therefore, it's so important to consider this question. What do I desire?
If we can see things for what they are, if we can see what they could be, if the plastic we use, we never throw away, if the end of one thing could be the beginning of the next. If we know that less can create more. If we can return, we reciprocate, we regenerate. If we are here for others, if we can work as a team, all we have to do is connect, and the world opens up. The future is about giving back.
Hey, you gonna do this or what? You gotta do it. And keep doing it. just watch it. Put your phone down and do it. Drip splash like the ice on the rig. In a position to win. Do it with one hand behind your back.
1 now.
Do it blindfolded.
Next.
Do a joint endorsement deal. Say you shouldn't.
Section 43C, no rope swing over canyon dunks.
Like what's happening? Do what they say you can't.
Can you?
Because there are those who don't and those who do. Yes, sir. Let's do.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
In the WAC, we value sportsmanship on the field,
On the track, on the court, in the pool.
and in the stands.
We take pride in playing fair and being honest. We honor the game by showing respect for our opponents,
The officials.
the fans, and our team.
Great sportsmanship is about keeping everything in perspective.
It's about taking ownership after a loss.
And being humble after a win.
We hope you'll team up with us by staying positive on the sidelines. Because great sportsmanship is what unites us. We are the Western Athletic Conference.
We are notched up at 1 set apiece. The Wolverines took set number 1, 25-22, and then UMKC rallied back, taking set number 2 in the same fashion, 25-22. So it's going to be interesting to see who is able to carry some, well, if UMKC is able to carry that momentum or not. If that died or if it's going to stick around, and the Wolverines were able to rally back and tie it up. And they trimmed the lead to 2 or 1 a couple of times, but just couldn't quite finish it. So you talked about some keys going into set number 2. Do you feel like it's the kind of the same priorities for both teams, or has anything changed?
I think Kansas City did a good job of eliminating the errors that they made in set 1. You're going to make errors just because you're being aggressive, but they did a better job offensively of taking care of the ball, and right there we saw Alicia Harrington do the same thing. Just take care of the ball, do something smart. She didn't have a great set, but she made it work. For Utah Valley, I think it's just going to come back down to playing the ball that you know how to play, and I'd like to see them start passing a little bit better so they can get more people involved offensively. But yeah, I think the game plan has changed a little bit between set 1 and 2, but not much.
Utah Valley able to side out. We're tied up at 1. Tori Dorius back to serve for UVU. Great serve, nearly an ace. Harrington has been dig city, 12 digs for her, and then she comes up with a big block.
She is priority number 1 right now.
Harrington, 12 kills, hitting .375, 1 assist, 2 service aces, 11 digs, and 1 block.
I think Utah Valley is trying to do something with her. They're serving her the ball, and whether or not that's because she's not passing well or because they're just trying to get her to do more, tire her out, make her think more, have more responsibility, but I think she's handling it really well.
Yeah. Merrill with the serve. They serve up a free ball for Megan Childs, and Utah Valley is able to go up 3-2.
Like a slam dunk right there.
Basically, it's an alley-oop from the opposing team.
That's right.
Oddly enough. We're tied up at 3. Back to serve for Kansas City is Maddie Wren. Wardle couldn't quite get under it. Kansas City able to take the lead back. They go up 4-3. Both teams hitting the ball really well so far. 600 for Kansas City and 400 for UVU.
That's 3 overpasses, whether it's serve-receive overpass or a dig overpass, that Kansas City has been able to capitalize on and just put down right away. Again, Utah Valley has to start passing the ball better to stay in this game.
Kasna nearly lost it, but Tori Dorius was able to clean it up, and then Kasna with the solo block sends it into the back row.
And they're doing great at blocking. They have 7 blocks on the match so far, and offensively they're doing fine. They're about even with Kansas City. I think statistically they're even on service aces. They just have to control the ball a little better. Passing and defense.
Kasna takes a hard swing. She gets the high hands and scores once more. We're tied at 5. Jasa with the serve. Kasna just has to pop it over. Right down the middle, beautifully set up for Michael Sadler.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball to her no matter what. They went back to her twice. Kansas City's coach was a little upset when it didn't happen the first time, and
you could feel her stomp her foot right in front of us.
They went back to her, and she was successful. It's a good play.
Shomers with yet another assist. She's up to 29. Kasna able to score again, finding her rhythm. 9 kills for Kasna with 8 digs and 3 blocks. And that one sails out of play, so an error gift from UMKC. They were able to clean it up a lot more in the second set. We didn't see quite as many errors.
Yeah. Even that error, I wouldn't be upset with as a coach. She went after it. She tried to go line. It looked like it was just barely out. That error, again, from back row, they're trying to get the ball to somebody to score. And, of course, they go to Alicia Harrington, but they've got to clean it up.
Down, sends it back for the block. The Wolverines having a block party here in set number 3. 8 blocks on the match so far. We'll take a break here as well. The Wolverines up 3.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU, inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
Utah Valley on a 4-0 scoring run, the largest run we've seen from them in quite some time, probably since the first set. They lead by 3 over Kansas City. And Utah Valley hitting extremely well at 400 in this set.
That's a good change of pace for how this match has been going so far. Not a lot of offensive cleanliness from both teams. They were hitting in the low hundreds to start this game, so it's nice to see them start putting runs together like that offensively.
Raina Smith was able to get through the block. 9 kills for her. Beautiful serve, and it is an ace by Kansas City. That was number 10, Alex Ratzlaff. Dorius able to get under this one. They'll go back to Dorius. And Dorius is able to score on the miscue by the Ruse.
She's got a great high swing. She reaches really high. She went over the block on that one. She went right over Shomers, which is a good swing to take.
Shomers able to pop it up. Kazna will just pop. Oh man, the fortunate roll off the net. Kazna up to 10 kills now. It's got to drive you nuts as the defense.
Yeah.
You plan on the trajectory of the ball and then it just
your weight's
dies.
Almost going one way and then the ball goes another way. It's hard and it's frustrating.
They'll serve it up for Harrington. Kazna is able to pop it up. Can Dorius deliver again? Yes, she can.
We've got Alicia Harrington front row. And I hate to keep going back to her, but she's getting the job done.
You kind of have to. I mean,
Kansas
12
City.
kills and 13 digs, and she's hitting the ball really well. Despite, you said Utah Valley's trying to try different things. And oh my heavens, are you kidding me? With that setter's dump backwards into the corner?
That was really good. Sneaky, sneaky.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
It's hard to master because it can be an easy ball to defend, but she played that really well. She knows when to dump at the right time and when to set at the right time.
Downs with a big block for Utah Valley.
I like that you see Alicia Harrington go up and talk to her setter, Shomers, and they converse a little bit about the type of set and how they can connect a little bit better. That type of relationship between a hitter and a setter is what you need. And I think the best hitters have great relationships with their setters.
And you played with, was it Elise? That was your setter?
She was actually the libero.
She was the libero.
And she was an animal. I had a couple different setters when I played.
Do you feel like you were able to develop that kind of relationship you're talking about with your setters?
Yeah. It takes work to build relationships with setters. You want to make sure they know that they're doing a good job or what you need specifically, because not every hitter is the same, but it takes work to have that setter-hitter relationship.
Kazna unable to handle the ball. Still, the ball, Kazna's had a hard time passing today.
She struggled.
And they keep going after her.
Yeah, and I think they continue to go after her. She's not doing well. She's an offensive threat. Maybe if she breaks down even more passing, she's going to mentally break down hitting and in other areas.
She's able to get the good look on this one. Jarema, great ball placement.
Yeah, she's got a great big reach as well. She was able to just scoop that ball across her body.
Dorius will serve for the Wolverines. And down the middle, the ball sent back.
So smart. She's been taking rips all day, and then she just mixes it up with a little tip.
It forced Wardle to stay way back there, and then when she didn't swing, it was like...
that was a big hole.
There's no way you can cover that much ground.
Right.
Dorius to Kasna, and Kasna able to get the friendly deflection. They go back up 15-13.
I like that, the friendly deflection.
Merrill serving. Oh, man.
That was automatic from her.
Great setup by Shomers, excuse me. That is assist number 31. 2 service aces as well. So she's doing exactly what we thought she was going to do.
Right.
She averages just over 1 service ace per match, and she's up to 2 right now. And then has been just passing the ball extremely well.
What I think is impressive, though, outside of her setting ability and her serving, is she has 5 kills.
Yeah.
As a setter.
And hitting well, too.
Yeah.
625 hitting percentage on top of it. The Wolverines, after a hard-fought rally, are able to score. They've been able to maintain a lead of 1-2. Love to see them go on a run and extend that lead, though.
Yeah, we've already had 3 lead changes this set already, and we've had 5 tie scores. It's kind of making out to be exactly how we thought it would be at the start of this match.
Michael Sadler able to score again. 7 kills for Michael. Breshka with the serve. A good pass by Kasna. They'll go back to Kasna. This will set up a nice opportunity for the Wolverines if they can clean it up. Back to Kasna, and it sails too long.
That was exactly the set they wanted, too. They had a free ball, and they had hitters running in different directions. That Kasna only had 1 blocker on her with a nice big open net. Unfortunately, she just didn't get on top of the ball to get that ball down, but offensively, that was a great play to run.
That setter's dump again. Coach Atoa will call timeout after the lead change again. Kansas City takes the lead.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
Set number 3 is a tight one, no surprise. The Roos on a 3-0 run just took the lead back 17-16 over the hosting Wolverines. We were talking a little bit earlier, the Roos have just been attacking Kasna over and over and over, and it's been really hard for her to get a solid pass. Fortunately, the Wolverines' reaction time has been pretty good, even if the pass kind of goes off to the side. She's had teammates there to clean it up a little bit, but man, again, they go after Kasna. This is a good pass, though. Downs down the middle, and we're tied up.
I like that they're running plays like we talked about a little bit before that, where you have the right side come in for a middle and the middle go right side for a slide. Again and again, they went to Kasna for her 11th reception on the set alone. So no surprise, they're going to keep going to her, trying to wear her down. It does get tiring having to pass, transition, hit, play defense, kind of do everything all at once. So I think they're going to keep going to her, and offensively, I think Wolverines keep running plays like they just did the last couple sets.
Utah Valley goes back up on top, 18-17, after the attack by Alicia Harrington sailed long. And Kasno with the serve. Did it squeak in? No, just a bit outside. That's the first service error committed by the Wolverines today. Alex Ratzlaff back to serve. 2 service aces so far for her. Christensen gets a nice swing, but there is Schomers keeping it alive. Christensen again, sent back packing. What a block. There's another lead change. Kansas City 19, and block assists by Ali Schomers and Michael Sadler. Downs with the push shot.
That was really the only thing she could do. I mean, she couldn't swing on it. It was too tight. The only thing she could do is come in and try and tip that ball. So I'm surprised that Kansas City really didn't read that better. But good for Wolverines.
Tied up again, 19. Right down the middle, and Kasno with the diving save. Downs. Whoa. Ball still alive. The reaction time is so quick. Sorry, the ball came in. I caught it, and
he saved me.
I did. I got hit in the face before the game started. That was a rude awakening.
Just woke you up a little bit. Great serve.
Nice pop-up by Kasna. She'll go down the middle, and I don't think they're recovering from that, so Utah Valley extends their lead 21-19. That will force a Kansas City timeout. Once again, I've said it before, don't go anywhere. We're in for another tight finish to this set.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger. Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU, inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
When you know before you go how the latest breaking news, traffic, and weather will affect you, that equals a good morning. Wake up with the news specialists on KSL Today, weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
Give your head a Mountain Dew kickstart.
A 3-0 scoring run by Utah Valley puts them up by 2, 21-19. And as I said, going into break, we are in for another tight finish. It's been close every set so far. The Wolverines won the first 25-22, and then the same score, but opposing teams. The Roos of Kansas City win 25-22, and we're in for something similar. Schomers sets it up for Harrington. Harrington near automatic when she gets a good pass.
Kansas City has been doing a really good job of trying to establish the middle with Lukes and then send it outside to Alicia to basically have an open net for a kill. So that game plan for them is really working to have one-on-ones outside and make the middle a threat.
Downs, big swing. Down, she's going to take another hack at it, and again, UMKC keeps it alive. Downs a third time, this one falls.
I love that Funk Stratton kept going back to her. She's not making many errors, and she was swinging really well, and right now, Christensen's struggling, hitting negative. Michaela struggled earlier in this set and last set, so give the ball back to her, and she was able to finish.
Harrington, again, that same spot. 15 kills and 14 digs for Harrington. Childs able to deliver. We're trading points here in Orem, Utah. The Wolverines 2 points away from taking set number 3.
Childs looked especially happy to get a kill on the outside. She usually hits on the right side, but they set her on that outside, and she was a little excited about that.
Did this one fall inside? It did. Came like a bullet whizzing past the side of
I believe that was
Maddie Wardle. Kasna, it's sent back. Huge block by Kansas City. We're tied at 23. Coach Atoa wants to call timeout. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
In the WAC, we value sportsmanship on the field,
on the track, on the court, in the pool,
and in the stands.
We take pride in playing fair and being honest.
We honor the game by showing respect for our opponents,
The officials,
the fans, and our team.
Great sportsmanship is about keeping everything in perspective.
It's about taking ownership after a loss.
And being humble after a win.
We hope you'll team up with us by staying positive on the sidelines. Because great sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go? Let's have some fun.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
We are buckled up, ready for a crash course finish to set number 3, tied up at 23 apiece. And serving is Kansas City. Back there is Alicia Harrington. They'll go to Kasna. Great dig. Harrington will just have to hit it over. Wolverines, can they capitalize? Jarema, nope. Oh, man.
That was a great rip. She didn't even jump to that ball. She just did a really nice, aggressive swing.
Utah Valley held on to the lead for a while here at the end of the set, and now it is set point for Kansas City. They'll back set Megan Childs.
What a big break.
Whoa.
There was no doubt about that net, too. That wasn't a close call. That was a really obvious net. Just a huge break for Utah Valley.
We are going to extra points for sure in set number 3. Back to serve is Saren Merrill. Shomers gives it down the middle, but it is denied at the net. Huge block by Childs and Jasmine Nutupuivaha. Utah Valley at set point.
I am so glad that Childs came in and helped with the middle. Luke's is right now probably their best offensive option, and any given good pass, they're going to her.
Harrington with the dig. Childs keeps it alive. Wardle, it's sent back packing. I don't think any Wolverine expected it to just be sent back so quickly. We're tied again.
That's an easy down ball for Wardle. I don't think she was expecting anyone to jump and block her, so I think that's why all the defenders were a little taken off guard.
They'll back set it to Childs. Childs with the free ball. It's deflected. Utah Valley goes back up 1.
So big swings for Childs. This is a great front row offensively for Utah Valley to have, and a great opportunity for them to take advantage of Alicia back row for Kansas City, and another net.
And looks like Utah Valley takes the set.
You never ever want to end a set like that when it's as tight as it is. That's a real big momentum killer, and to lose a set with a net, Kansas City's coach was obviously upset about that, but that's a huge break for Utah Valley at the end of the game. I'm glad that they were swinging. They weren't playing tentatively at all. I want to see the same thing offensively. They did really well this game. Hitting 325, that's a good number.
This crowd going wild like the Wolverines won the game, but we've got at least one more set to go.
It's becoming increasingly hard to hear you with this crowd here.
I know. All right, we'll take a quick break. Stick around for set number 4.
The latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become? It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you. Place for you at UVU. Place to engage, to rise, to succeed.
To become.
When you know before you go how the latest breaking news, traffic, and weather will affect you, that equals a good morning. Wake up with the news specialists on KSL Today, weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
All right, we're still in the timeout, but we'll come back right now. The Wolverines were able to take set number 3 in dramatic fashion. It went back and forth and went into extra points, 27 to 25. Can the Wolverines win in 4 is the question that I do not even have the slightest guess
Yes.
to. So
yes, they can. But it's not going to be easy. Kansas City has been doing an exceptional job of moving the ball around. I'm really impressed with their setter, Allie Schomers. She's got 35 assists so far. I have no doubt that she will make it over 40, if not 50 assists on the match, especially if we go to 5 sets. But to have 50 kills in a game off of 35 assists is really impressive. So total team blocks, though, for the Wolverines, they're up to 10 on 3 sets. So that's a good number as well.
Chirema with 5 of those has made her presence known, and Utah Valley, they have a lot of options defending at the net. You've got Kasna with 3 blocks, Childs with 2, Jasmine with 3, Kaylee Downs with 4, and then, like I said, Chirema with 5, and then Tori Dorius with the 1. So it's an evenly spread effort at the net for Utah Valley.
Well, not only defensively with blocking, but offensively. I'm trying to find a standout offensive hitter at this point. And, you've got Jasmine a middle who's hitting 750 with 6 kills, and you've got Michaela hitting 400. But you've also have your pin hitters also hitting really well. Tori Dorius came in and did well for the Wolverines. Megan Childs is hitting over 300. Kasna's hitting 214. And then Kaylee Downs, she's hitting 300 as well. So offensively, they're spreading the ball out. They're really even. They're doing a good job. I think the name of the game in this set is shutting down Alicia Harrington. And I don't want to see Allie Schomers dump one more time.
Yes, exactly. Looks like Kasna wasn't able to find the wood where she needed to, so Utah Valley goes down to start off set number 4. Back to serve is Kenneth Schreitenthal. They'll go to Kasna, and that one sails long. A 2-point lead to start things off for Kansas City.
I bet they serve this ball again to her, and if it's not a good pass, they go back to Megan Childs to get her involved.
And they keep attacking Kasna. That'll be a service ace. Looks like that is service ace number 7 for the Roos today. Followed
Huge
by
break.
a service error, and Kasna is ecstatic.
She's clearly excited.
Did it stay in? It did, down the line. Utah Valley was looking for it to go the other way, but nope, a quick side out by Kansas City with a 3-point lead. Childs able to score, going right to left.
I love what Childs has been doing. She doesn't swing really hard at the ball. She doesn't bang it, but she's really consistent. She just has a nice, easy swing, and when that set is there, she has
precise,
it's
too.
precise. Yeah, she does a really good job.
Kasna will pop it over. Oh, down the middle to Jasmine. Oh my goodness, that had some heat on it, but the old shoulder did.
She didn't get the kill, but she got that block. Looked like
Kasna hyped.
she was a little upset that libero dug her well-driven ball.
It's rare. It's rare that happens.
My gosh. She finds a hole.
Harrington again.
Tiniest little hole in the block, and she just seemed to go right through it. Didn't even hit hands.
Let's talk about this for a second. 17 kills for Alicia Harrington, 16 digs. She could have a 20-20 game today.
Yes, she could. She's unstoppable right now.
Utah Valley able to side out with a chance to tie. Kasna at the line. Sent back at the net by Jasmine. And looked like Utah Valley was hoping for maybe some antenna deflection, but I don't think so. Sadler checks back in for Kansas City. And serving is Maddie Wren. Christensen can't get under it, and another service ace for Kansas City, 8.
Passing is a really tough skill to master, but it's also one of the most basic. You start to learn how to pass when you're super, super young, but it gets progressively harder as you get older with the type of serves you're seeing. But to have the same issues passing as a collegiate athlete can be really frustrating when it should be so elemental.
Yeah.
But you see tough serves coming, and it is tricky. It's hard to understand the spin and everything that goes into a serve. But I think as a coach, it's just most frustrating because you can't do anything without a pass. And if you're struggling to pass the ball, you can't run an offense. So I think at this point between Kasna and Bailey struggling passing, it can be really frustrating to try and get anything going.
Kasna able to get under that one. Christensen able to get the deflection. Utah Valley with a much-needed point. They trim it to 2. Wardle with a nice serve. Able to get through the block was Raina Smith with 11 kills now.
She's been awfully quiet considering we've been talking about Alicia Harrington more, but she's doing a really good job of taking care of the ball as well. Just not a name that we've mentioned as much.
And that one sails out. If it wasn't for the number of service errors committed by Kansas City, I don't know if we'd be in another set right now.
Right.
I know that's a little harsh to say, but that's the ugly truth. Those service errors have really kept Utah Valley in this. And the Wolverines have committed a lot of those reception errors.
Yeah, and it seemed to come at like really good times too for the Wolverines, where it's just a huge break for them.
Kasna pops it up high, and they'll go back to her. Hard swing, and it pays off for Kasna Terafiti with 14 kills. 14 digs as well, and 4 blocks. So Kasna, despite the handling errors, she's still having herself quite a game.
Right.
Service error this time on Utah Valley. Only their second service error today.
I think both of them have come late in the third and the fourth sets.
Wardle couldn't quite get underneath it.
Saren's right in the middle of 2 passers who are struggling. You see her talk to Kasna, telling her that she'll communicate a little better and try and help out.
Great play by Megan Childs again. We were talking about how you don't see, she's not necessarily a powerhouse with her swings, but she's smart. She's a senior. She's been through a lot, had an entire season to sit out and observe and learn last season. And she picks her spots. 8 of 17, hitting .412 today. The swing sails out, so a fortunate break for the Wolverines, a chance to tie.
Kansas City has their setter front row who may dump and be an offensive threat, but they have 2 hitters right now, and they've got 2 of their best hitters, Lukes and Harrington. So Utah Valley needs to capitalize on being able to score points in this rotation and then really try and get those guys back row. But it hasn't seemed to be an issue right now. We've got a net on Lukes is what the down rush was saying. That might be Luke's 3rd net call.
We're tied up at 11. A 3-0 run by Utah Valley. Can they continue? Ooh, barely gets it over the net. A lot of heat on that ball. Christensen couldn't quite handle it. And Kansas City reclaims the lead. That is kill number 18, I believe. Yeah, 18 kills for Alicia Harrington, 17 digs.
Another service error.
Jason Funk Stratton to serve for the Wolverines. Kasna hits the high hands and gives the Wolverines the lead back, 13-12. Chalmers with the dump again. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You talked about it earlier, and oh my goodness.
I can't believe it, but I can believe it at the same time.
Oh, man.
7 kills as a setter. She's tied for 4th, leading the team. Only one behind their middle hitter. So smart.
Funk Stratton with the shoulder dig, and it paid off. Wow.
I can feel that Utah Valley knows that they can win this match with this 4th set, and I can feel I'm starting to feel a little bit more urgency and almost pressure to finish and not go to a game 5. Losing a set 4 and going into a set 5 can be really hard to recover from and start over. So I think Utah Valley is really trying to finish this match in the next 11 points. It's a game to 11 at this point. They're tied.
Yeah, Christensen had a free ball, but had a little too much sauce under it, and it sailed out of play. This ball goes up and back down without making contact with anything. Christensen able to make up for it. Only her 2nd kill, but it has come at a timely moment.
Yeah, they need her right now to start stepping up on the outside. She hasn't really been effective at all, and she's actually hitting negative. So they need her to be a threat right now to make better decisions. So it's good to get her a kill right before that timeout. Hopefully give her a little bit more confidence going into the rest of this game.
You know, this match has been riddled with errors from both teams, but both teams have found a way to stay really competitive with one another. It's been really close back and forth, and the hitting percentage has been pretty solid. I mean, for the match, Kansas City hitting 195, which isn't great. It's not terrible. 217 for the current set. Utah Valley, 228 for the match and 278 for the current set. So, you know, we've seen chunks where both teams have been into the negative, and a lot of these stats are very, very comparable. 60 digs on both sides. The side out percentage basically the same, 58% for Kansas City and just under 60 for Utah Valley. Utah Valley leading in the block category with those 11 blocks. 5 blocks, though, for Kansas City. 8 service aces for Kansas City, but 9 service errors on top of those. Utah Valley with 2 service errors with 4 service aces. Jasmine to serve for the Wolverines. Wow, the pancake again. Jasa sacrificing the body. Kazna pops it over. Christensen has the ball sent back. We're tied up at 15. Another service error committed by Kansas City. That's number 10.
You always want to have your service ace to service error ratio be more in favor of the service ace, because it means you're serving tough, but you're making some errors. And right now, where Kansas City has more errors, I think they need to focus more late in this 4th set on just getting the ball in and to your target, and then trying to, you know, make it tougher the more your run continues. But it goes in favor of the Wolverines at that point, and it's nice to see Christensen get a good kill right there as well.
2 kills for her here in this set. 3 now. She's still hitting in the negative, but as we said before, the timing has been awesome. Wardle. Christensen again. Did she get the deflection? No. kind of a weird atmosphere in here because a lot of this place was packed with elementary school kids. Some of the schools had to take off and get back to class, so there's chunks missing from the stands. It's weird seeing people leave at this point when it's the most exciting moment.
Yeah, and almost when Utah Valley needs it the most to finish this match.
We are tied up at 17.
It's important to remember to just keep small games to 3 or 2 or just 1 point, get this 1 point, and that can get away from you late in the game and you kind of get ahead of yourself. And where Christensen now has made a few errors in a row, I almost wouldn't be surprised if they make another sub.
We'll find out here in a moment. We'll be right back.
Latest from KSL 5 News, including breaking news as it happens, and all your favorite KSL shows, ready to watch anytime. Download the free KSL app right now on all your favorite devices.
Kansas City up 1 out of the timeout. Coach Atoa wanted to draw something up for his squad. 18-17. We are in the thick of it. If Utah Valley takes set number 4, that will do it. But Kansas City on a 3-0 run could force a 5th set. They'll set it up for Megan Childs, who's been real efficient today, but she is met at the net. A 2-point lead for Kansas City.
This might be a tough rotation for Utah Valley to get out of, between Christensen not hitting as well. Megan right now, you have her hitting on the right side, but she's over here hitting outside. I think that's exactly what they needed to do, is go back to Michaela.
Christensen will pop it over. And a diving Kasna keeps this one alive. Rewarder. Harrington. Child sends it way too far along the right side, and it is a 20-17 lead. Coach Atoa wants to stop the bleeding. He calls timeout again. We'll take a break here as well, but don't go anywhere.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me.
You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Let's see what Coach Atoa draws up for the Wolverines. They are in a tough spot. Kansas City trying to force a 5th set. Up 3, 20-17. A 5-0 scoring run by Kansas City has made things very interesting as the Wolverines were starting to run away with it.
Yeah, you never want to see a 5-0 scoring run at any point in the game, but when you have it this late in the game, it's not easy to come back from.
Yeah, Kasna nearly got under it, but that is another point. Make that a 6-0 scoring run. Wardle able to just punch it up. The free ball, nope. Ball still live. Beautifully done by Megan Childs. Things were starting to look a little bleak for the Wolverines.
That was great reaction time by her, and I love that she used her fist instead of her hand.
Christensen to serve for UVU. Harrington met at the net.
Great coverage.
Oh my goodness, what a fortunate play from Kansas City. Utah Valley basically won that possession, but
Yeah, there was a great swing on the outside. Utah Valley got a great block, and then there was another great coverage to keep that ball in play, and then the tip to finish it.
A great lesson that the play goes on. Unfortunately, that one was all but over. A great defensive stand by the Wolverines. It's a 3-point deficit. How will Utah Valley respond? Saren Merrill serving.
I'd like to see them have a little bit more energy, and they look a little defeated right now because things haven't been going their way, but you'd think at the end of this game they'd push the hardest to get back in it, so we'll see what they do.
What's the difference between buying from Murdoch and buying from somebody else? In a word, confidence. You'll love our price match guarantee, our 5-day exchange policy, and don't forget car washes and safety inspections for life. If you need a new vehicle, consider Murdoch Chevrolet. I promise you'll love it.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life.
No matter your interests.
From award-winning music to acting.
To theater programs.
There's a place for you. A place for you.
A place for you at UVU. A place to engage.
To rise. To succeed.
To become.
Can Utah Valley rally back? 22-19, Kansas City leads in set number 4. The Wolverines leading 2-1. Will we see a 5th set? Saren Merrill to serve.
I want to note, Allie Shomers of Kansas City had a 40-plus assist game against Grand Canyon earlier this season. She also had a 50-plus assist set earlier this year as well, and she might get there again.
Especially if they go to 5.
Yeah.
Kasna with a big old swing and a point for the Wolverines. It is a 2-point lead.
Again, this is a great rotation for Utah Valley to take advantage of their front row hitters.
Oh man, she is so good.
So good. I'm frustratingly impressed.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
her.
You got to give her all the credit in the world, just the awareness.
She feels good too. She's just back there smiling. She knows she's having a great game.
Shomers with, good grief, with 8 kills on 12 attempts, 43 assists, and 10 digs. Are you kidding me? She's almost at a triple-double.
Yeah. Another great clean swing by Megan Childs on the right side. She's second right now in kills for the Wolverines with 10, hitting .318.
Childs has been a huge boost for the Wolverines today.
She kind of comes in at the right time and does her thing too.
Funk Stratton back to Kaylee Downs. Downs with a big swing and a kill.
Downs putting it down.
Utah Valley has trimmed it to 1. We'll be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Every time you show up, every time you make your loyalties clear, whether you've got all the moves or just a few, every time you show up, you make the moment. And they make history. December 19th and 21st in Pittsburgh. Nothing beats the crowd. Visit ncaa.com/volleyball to get your tickets today.
I hope that those of you at home have stuck with us through the break. Shame on you if you didn't. Utah Valley down 1. with possession. Jason Funk Stratton back there to serve with a chance to tie.
She's a good server to have back right now in this late of the game, close game too. That was a gift right there.
Kasna. Harrington, did it drop? It did. Even though they kind of got out of system, she still was able to deliver. 19 kills now for Harrington with 17 digs. Harrington with the serve. It is set point. Kasna, the windup and the kill.
That was a much needed kill right there. I didn't want to see them go back and forth and rally. I wanted that ball taken care of right away off that serve receive.
It has certainly been a battle between these outside hitters in Kasna and Alicia. 19 kills for Alicia, 17 for Kasna.
They're almost dead even
And
too
a
on
whole
hitting
bunch of
percentage.
digs. Tori Dorius back in. She gets a hand on it. They're diving. Oh man, 3 Wolverines dove for the ball and it left no one to recover. That will end the 4th set, and set number 5 is on its way.
Yeah, I am not surprised right now that this is the result of how we started this match and these sets. We've had even statistics offensively, defensively. We have almost, I'm just not surprised. I mean, all of it, the side out percentage. So I just want to see a few things from Utah Valley, and that is a little better passing. I want to see their passing improve. I want to see
3 aces in that last set. Utah Valley had no aces in that set, but
right, and even outside of being aced, we don't get passing percentages or stats as far as the abilities, you know, on a scale of 0 to 3. But I'd like to see them pass better and see how this last set goes for them.
all right, let's see how they can respond in the 5th set. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
Before you even think about buying a new truck or SUV, you've got to check out MurdochChev.com. You'll be glad you did.
We've got huge discounts on all 2018 models, and you're going to love the 2019 Silverado.
Only at Murdoch Chevrolet in Logan and Woods Cross.
You've got to come and see us.
When you know before you go how the latest breaking news, traffic, and weather will affect you, that equals a good morning. Wake up with the news specialists on KSL Today. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7.
Vehicle for your dollar from Utah's largest Hyundai dealer. Drive home a new 2019 Hyundai Tucson for only $199 a month, or you'll love the new Elantra for only $13,990. Go ahead and compare at MurdochHyundai.com.
You've got to come and see us in Logan, Linden, and Murray.
Set number 5 about to begin. It has been a wild one. I am Kyle Bruder, Kaylee Doxey on the mic with us again. This has been one of the funnest matches so far this season. Both of these teams showing why they're battling for second place in the standings in the WAC. Utah Valley recently stole a win against Grand Canyon on the road. Kansas City lost to Grand Canyon, so if Utah Valley is able to pull away the win today, they will have second place, at least for now. There's still a lot of WAC play left, but my goodness, it's been a hard-fought match.
I think this is just a good indicator of how competitive the WAC is right now with all the teams.
Yeah.
And again, you're going to see all of these teams again. You're going to see Grand Canyon again. You're going to see Kansas City again. You're going to see New Mexico again. So, you know, it's great to play them at home. I think Utah Valley needs to take advantage of this home game against them because the next time they see them will be in Kansas City. So this fifth set is going to be really important for these guys to pull it out, and they are coming out. They're looking a little better in spirits than they were during that fourth set. So I'm hoping that it translates and they can get the job done, finish the match, call it a win, claim second place, and keep going.
Serving first will be the Ruse. Back at the service line is Kenneth Schreitenthal. Right down the middle to Jasmine. And met at the net. Looks like it's going to sail out of play, so Jasmine and Megan have been a force at the net on that right side.
Kansas City starts in a rotation where Harrington is front row first. She has full 3 rotations front row, and I think that's really smart to do that because then she gets the most playing time front row right away.
And she did the backwards setter's dump again.
That's a kill.
I'm at a loss.
She's tied for third. She's got 9 kills.
Shomers with 9 kills, 45 assists, and 10 digs. One more kill, and that will be a triple-double. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I don't know if she's ever had a triple-double before.
Or had...
It's safe to say most players do not record triple-doubles.
No. She might be in the running for Offensive Player of the Week in the WAC for her assists and her kills. What a rip.
Wow. We're tied up at 2. Every single point means so much more when you're playing to just 15. And reiterating that, the service error hurts quite a bit more.
It's got to be so frustrating, too, as a coach. Serving also is one of the most basic skills you learn when you're just a child. So many missed serves is just frustrating.
Dorius is met at the net. It's sent back, and Kansas City takes the lead back. They lead 4-3.
Dorius again is in for Christensen after that fourth set, and she did really well in the second set to come in and put some points on the board, but right there she struggled with her pass, ended up giving Kansas City a point off the overpass, and then got blocked the point before that. So hopefully they can find some answers on that outside opposite of Kasna to score points.
They'll back set it to Downs. Beautifully placed ball, and they stay. It's still live. Back to Downs. This time it goes through.
With authority that time.
Great awareness by Merrill. They set it up for Dorius. Dorius again. Kazna down the middle. This should... Oh, no! Oh, man, the big green pipe taketh and it giveth away. Hold on a second. Giveth and taketh away. Man, I totally ruined that. But
that one
way,
in
we're tied at
favor,
5.
right, of the Wolverines. I was going to mention, too, how long of a rally that was. I've never seen it end like that, though.
Great serve by Merrill. Utah Valley just looks locked in right now, and they score again this time at the hands of Tori Dorius, her 4th kill. Merrill back to serve. 16 digs, 1 service ace, and 3 assists.
Great serve. That just dropped.
And Jasmine able to deliver. The Wolverines capitalize on the overpass, and looks like we're going to switch sides. Utah Valley hits 7 first. We'll take a break. Stick around for the end of set number 5.
About the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking. Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee, or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
Utah Valley on a 4-0 scoring run in the 5th set, 7-5. We are halfway there. Merrill with the serve, Harrington with another dig. Merrill pops it up and it goes into the crowd. A great swing by Kansas City.
Shomers is now only 2 away from being in a 50 assist game.
Kaylee down. She's had the hot hand and she delivers again. 9 kills.
We have some hitters on Utah Valley who are really hitting well with high percentages. Kaylee Downs, 346. That's a great hitting percentage. Of course, Jasmine's hitting over 600, 667. Even Megan Childs with 318. You have 4 hitters for Utah Valley hitting over 300. And right now in this set, they're hitting 455.
That's awesome. And Kansas City hitting well also. The current set 364, which is still really, really good. We've switched sides. Maddie Wardle will serve for Utah Valley. They'll pop it up. Childs, can she do it again? No, great dig, and the ball didn't quite sail out, but I didn't see what happened.
It was a pretty good dig. I think the second touch just went a little farther outside than she wanted to, and they couldn't bring it back in. So I think that'll actually give Megan Childs a kill off that one. She's up to 11 now.
Was there a deflection? No. Utah Valley hits the 10 mark first. They're up 4. Kansas City will call timeout. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network, YouTube TV, and the KSL Sports app. Don't go anywhere.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
Utah Valley on another run, 3, and they lead 10-6 in set number 5. This has been just an absolute monster of a match between two really, really good teams. Both teams deserving of a win. Wardle with the solid serve. Down the middle is Harrington, and the spin on that ball, so hard to return. She is up to 21 kills, which is a season high. Before it was 17, so she's passed that by 4. And a service ace by Kansas City. That is their 10th service ace. 11 service errors, but 10 service aces to go along with it. Dorius gets under that. And Childs did it. Was it deflected? No. Utah Valley pleading for a deflection. They don't get it. The lead is trimmed to 1. And another timeout. We will be back here in just a moment.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
How does Costa Vida create the ultimate sweet pork burrito? We start by following our award-winning recipe, one that calls for everything to be made fresh, from scratch every day. Like our beautifully braised pork, seasoned beans, savory sauces, and delicious cilantro lime rice. Even our tortillas are cooked to order. It's a difference you can taste. Treat yourself to the ultimate sweet pork burrito, only at Costa Vida.
The Wolverines in a tight finish, as it's been in literally every set today. 10-9. Utah Valley up just 1, but serving is Alex Ratzlaff, who has 4 service aces. Make that 5. My goodness, I shouldn't have said it.
Oh, how dare you.
That one's on me. We are notched up at 10. Kasna, and still alive. Kansas City is on a serious roll. They are on a 5-0 scoring run at just the most opportune time. We'll take another break here. Don't go anywhere again.
Here at Intermountain Healthcare, our doctors have experience treating young athletes, professional athletes, and the athlete next door. We treat everyday injuries, sports injuries, concussions, total joint replacements, and everything in between. Come visit our board-certified physicians and surgeons here at Intermountain Healthcare's Utah Valley Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. We're committed to keeping you moving.
Thinking of buying a home? Think bigger.
Because with UCCU's low interest rates and low mortgage insurance rates, you could qualify for more house with the same payment you could get from other local lenders. A mortgage with UCCU gives you more purchase power. That means more money you can put into your home or back into your pocket. To learn more, visit uccu.com/morehouse or stop by any UCCU branch today. More house, same payment. Only at UCCU, inspiring smart mortgage decisions.
Kansas City has taken the lead 11-10 in the 5th set on a 5-0 scoring run. Can the Wolverines stop the bleeding? 5 service aces. Now, for Alex Ratzlaff, she is still at the line. The last person you want serving if you're Utah Valley.
And I bet she goes right between Christensen and Tadafidi right now with the serve.
They went right at Christensen. Not the best pass, but Christensen. A great dig again by Maddie. Did it fall out? No, it didn't. Kansas City is 3 points away from upsetting Utah Valley here in Orem, Utah.
Utah Valley needs to get out of this rotation and get back and serve. Kansas City has a good front row right now, and they really need to start putting in work to get them out of this.
They go back to Christensen, and again, 7-0 run. Coach Ochoa looks beside himself at the moment. I think just about everyone in here is.
Yeah, and they don't have nobody has timeouts left. So they've just got to let the players take care of it.
Kasna. The slide from Jasmine. How? How is it still alive, I ask you?
She wanted that. She wanted that. Again. And she's rewarded. They net. She gets the kill on that. Utah Valley gets the point.
You can see it on her face. She gets frustrated because she's so used to scoring when she gets a good pass right there in the middle. It's like, no. And then she gets it again and then scores.
I just love her approach to the ball. She approaches with such ferocity almost that she just wants to put the ball away.
Harrington able to score again. 22 kills for Harrington. It is match point for Kansas City, believe it or not.
One of two things is going to happen. Shomers is going to dump and kill for the win, or they're going to try and go back to Harrington, who will put the ball away if Utah Valley can't put this first ball away.
Kasna able to get over the top.
Oh.
And that will do it. The Wolverines were unable to recover. Kansas City finishes on I think it was an 8-1 scoring run. My goodness. Credit both teams. You can't just give credit to Kansas City. Both teams just battled it out. That was one of the longest matches that I've personally been a part of.
Yeah, it was hard fought on both sides. Like I said, and we said in the beginning, going back and forth, win a set, lose a set, win a set, lose a set. I think to have a match like this and be as competitive as it was, you almost have an automatic rival now because of the type of play that goes on when these two meet. So I bet Utah Valley is now looking forward to seeing them again and almost revenging this win, but that's tough. It's a tough one to lose.
UMKC has won the last 3 matches against Utah Valley. That's going to do it for us here today. Thank you for sticking with us on YouTube, the KSL app, and the WAC Digital Network. We will see you next time. Thank you very much for joining us.